Hey, the New Year's is on us. Happy New Year. It's the prediction show. Hey, here's one thing that I will tell you for certain. For certain. Prediction is a lousy, crappy business. Okay. Not a good idea. Like, I'm almost making fun of the economists. They're right about 50% of the time, and they're predicting all the time. It's just like, seriously, it's a coin flip. But still, it's New Year's. We got to do predictions. So here's some predictions for 2024. Rates will be lower. Mortgage rates will come down. Now, it may be months before the variable rate comes down. It may be months before prime rate comes down. The Bank of Canada will eventually get to it. My buddy Tiff Macklin, I'm not your buddy. My buddy Tiff Macklin will eventually drop rates. He has to. It's all headed in that direction. It's organized throughout the world. It's what we see from all the central banks. Rates will come down in the face of slowing economies. Hey, we had a inflation report. CPI report came out just yesterday. Inflation didn't come down much, but it didn't go up much either. Core inflation came down just a tiny bit. Overall inflation, which is affected by things like high interest rates, high mortgage rates, high rents, that's a big, big chunk of inflation, which is the stupidest loop in the world. The higher they keep interest rates, the higher the rents are, the higher the mortgage payments are, the higher inflation is because it's big. It keeps going up. Every single renewal in this country, people pay more. That's inflationary. But inflation itself will come under control as the economy slows down. That's why mortgage rates will come down. How fast? The fixed rates always come down faster. That's the most important thing to understand. They come down first, just like fixed rates went up first, they come down first. Just remember 2.5 years ago, just about 26 months ago, fixed rates went up the fastest and variable followed as the Bank of Canada raised their rates. So it will be in reverse. The fixed rates will come down first. We'll see fixed rates in the 4s in the spring, some point in time. And will that lead to the next prediction? What about the housing market? Okay, not quite as sure about the housing market. So in theory, the housing market should pick up because it is at its record lows, particularly in Ontario, record lows for like 25 years, slowest of the slow. And house prices have drifted down for the last 6 months. But will they pick up again with low interest rates? In theory, there should be more homes sold in the spring, and there should be a bit of an uptick in price. But here's the glitch to that. We don't know how bad the economic situation is going to be. We don't know how bad the joblessness could be. We don't know how bad the recession could be. We just don't know. And recession will have its own impact on prices. Here's what we can look at. We know, and again, rates are not falling to the ground. We know rates are going to be in the 4s. Is 4 still too much for these prices? How about new construction? I mean, new construction has slowed right down. Some of those people are going to be out of work. Problems in the real estate sector, people out of work, mortgage sector, finance, banking. We've all seen the layoffs. So will that impact on tamping down the housing activity? We don't know yet. So the jury is out on house prices in the new year. Eventually it'll come around, but it may not be for the first 2 quarters. What about the recession? It may be real as can be. It may be hard and difficult and really different in Canada than it is in the United States. The United States, their economy still seems to be pretty solid. Slowing, but not like Canada. A lot of things, because we're over-leveraged in this country on debt, a lot of things could go more wrong. Now, what happens, the last prediction, what happens to government? Like, are all governments going to keep their jobs? Well, it looks like it. It looks like it that, we're not going to have an election next year. Not in theory. We've got agreements in place in most provinces, in the federal government to stay put. Most provinces, those premiers are in for a while. But here's the thing. If times get really tough and the polls really go against them, I'm not 100% sure that our prime minister sticks around the whole time. I think he probably will. My prediction is not that he quits, but it's looking more interesting every day. So that's the prediction show for the new year. Happy New Year, and always remember, prediction is a crappy business.